So this month's Wanderlust is going to be probably not for everyone, but it's on a topic that matters to me, and it's about mental health. And there are millions of people in the world with lots of varying problems, from depression to anxiety to all sorts, as I named just two, but and definitely a firm believer in the law of averages, and the MTG community is not immune to that, right? So it's not really the transitive property, but the law of averages applies in that, you know, there are millions of people in the world who struggle with depression and things like that, and therefore there are probably thousands of Magic players who also struggle with it, myself included. I remember the first time I had a panic attack. I was probably in my early 20s. It hadn't been something I had ever dealt with before. And let me assure you, it's a very real thing. It's not just worrying about stuff. It's what most people think. One of the most frustrating parts of having some problem, like some mental problem, is that most people don't understand. And that's very frustrating, and the people around you who care about you don't understand it. And I remember not knowing what was happening to my body. My heart was beating out of my chest. I had my friend drive me to the hospital, and on the way there I was dictating my will to him. Ask him to take care of my wife, telling him where I had money stashed so he could give it to her. And when I got to the hospital, you know what? They treated me like I was on cocaine. They didn't believe me. They thought I was on drugs. That was a really scary day. And the start of a long battle. Over 10 years now I've been dealing with them. So I thought I would come here. It occurred to me, a lot of people haven't even seen something like this. I had a friend come visit from out of state, and this is where the Milwaukee Brewers, our pseudo-professional sports team, plays. And I know we have a lot of viewers in other countries and in states that don't have professional sports teams. So I thought I would come here. Thought it would be interesting. I'm just realizing I turned too early, so I've got to go back out. There's only 1 or 2 entrances open in the off season. I mean, the Brewers won't start playing for 4 more months, 3 more months. But this is a place I spend a lot of time during the summers. Go to a lot of games. Not so much lately, but used to go to 10 or 20 a year. I love this stadium and I love my team, even though they're not any good. I'm definitely a homer. I don't cheer for other teams just because they're good. I cheer for my team because they're my team, and I feel lucky to have them. There are a lot of people that don't have professional sports teams in their cities or states, and that kind of stinks. So we're gonna park right here. It starts with a feeling of dread. I can't really describe it, but it's like you forgot something really important and you're just realizing it. Your heart begins to race a little bit faster. It actually hurts a little bit. Your extremities can go numb. It feels hard to breathe. As you try to catch your breath, your heart beats faster and faster. And you find yourself with an overwhelming feel of terror. You have this thing happen to your body that's you can't control, and it seems like it'll never end. You walk around, you try to sit with your head between your legs, you breathe deep, you try to relax, but the feeling just doesn't go away. I have to travel everywhere with these. It's alprazolam or Xanax. I can't get on a plane. I can't get stuck in a traffic jam. 20 to 30 times a day I reach over and I touch my pocket just to make sure they're there. Every minute of every day, anxiety is always there like a weight on my chest. And on the good days, it's just that. On the bad days, like twice this week already, I have a crippling panic attack, and it doesn't care where you are, it just comes. It's terrifying sometimes. This is 150 milligrams of venlafaxine, or Effexor. I've been on it for many years. It's for depression and anxiety. What it is a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and what that really means is your brain releases a certain amount of serotonin, which makes you feel good, but then it re-ups it, okay? What this does is block the uptake receptacle, so a little bit more of the serotonin is in your mind, in your brain, in hopes that it levels you out. But I've been taking it for years and I don't really even think it works. Well, that was fun. I hope to get a little bit closer to the field. Last time I came off season, you could get a better shot of it, but it looks like they moved the fence up, so I couldn't even really give you that cool of a look. But I hope that was interesting. And you know, the point of this video is to not make anyone feel bad for me. I don't want people to feel bad for me. And if this is a little heavy for you, you know, that's okay. I'm uploading videos all the time lately. We have contests going on and unboxings like crazy, and I like to take one day a month to talk about something community for the community, you know? And I know mental health is kind of a tough topic, but the thing is, like, I know one of three things is true. Either you yourself struggle with some form of stress, anxiety, depression, whatever. You know somebody who does. Or you will know somebody who does. And how you handle that, I think, is really important, because the people I value most in my life are the ones that understand that people are different and that they have troubles, that, you know, they know that they don't know, but they're willing to listen and be there. And, you know, me being like the pretend alpha male, I never want anyone to ask me how I'm doing. When I'm having a panic attack or I'm dealing with anxiety, I don't want anyone to mention it. I just want people to silently know, and that's it, you know? For those that are close to me, around me, they know when I'm feeling anxiety, usually like rub my heart for some reason, like a nervous twitch thing, and I get like squirmy, and that's not a panic attack. That's like when I'm just feeling anxiety, you know? And I don't want to talk about it really that often. The people I do want to talk about it with are other people who have their own problems. Because I've grown jaded over the years to basically, like, if somebody doesn't understand, I get so, like, tired of explaining it to people. It's like when people ask, oh, what's magic? And you're like, oh, you pleb, you'll never understand magic. Well, that's kind of how it is when you have some sort of problem that you're dealing with. But the point here is not to be defeatist. I know in my heart one day I won't be dealing with anxiety and stress. And these are things that are a passing challenge for most people. You have to look past the moment and find the big picture, and that will help put things in perspective for you. And maybe I will have this problem my whole life, but I feel like I'd rather go on thinking I'm gonna beat this thing, because the alternative is giving up, and that's weak. You know, that's weak sauce. It's, I guess, I just want people to know that it doesn't make people different, and that this is a thing that's going on around you, and that the more aware of it you are, the better friend you can be, or the better you'll be able to deal with it. Look, I never had any stress or anxiety, nothing, until I was like in my mid-20s, and bam, panic attacks every night. I know it's a combination of my brain chemistry and things I do, not getting enough sleep, drinking too much caffeine, if I drink too much alcohol too many days in a row, I'm at like a higher risk for it. So I control the things I can control, and I have panic attacks far less. When I have them, I just chalked it up to like, it's like a fart. You know, like, you know, my body had to fart, my body had to have a panic attack. I take the 20 minutes, let it pass. If I have to take a pill, I do. I try not to. And then life goes on after that. And that's really the message. If you're somebody who is struggling and you don't know how to talk to people about it, it's probably because you feel ashamed, and you shouldn't. There's so many people out there that have problems, and we all get on. Look, I've got a good job, I've got a nice house, I've got a wife, I've got you guys, and I've got anxiety. It's a mild depression. That's the lot I've got in life. And if you know somebody who's struggling with this stuff, you know, it's good to do a little research on it and try to understand what they're going through a little bit. And if you really want to be their friend, maybe you just ask them, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? Is there anything I can do to help? Don't treat them like a baby. But I mean, it goes a long way knowing people care, and it goes a long way when people admit that they don't understand what you're going through. It still makes me feel good when someone says, I don't understand what panic attacks are, but dang, man, that sucks. You know, like, rather than someone being like, oh, calm down, just calm down. Yeah, just press a calm down button. Yeah, you'll feel better. Dude, just calm down. Doesn't work like that. People who deal with depression, stronger depression than I do, just get happy. Yeah, just, you know, it doesn't work like that. And if you're one of my younger viewers, you know, try not to worry too much about this heavy stuff. But it's important to me, and it's important that I let other people know, because when I started having problems, I felt super isolated and ashamed and weak and just worse. But once I took ownership of it and sought treatment, for me is a combination of group therapy and pills. Now, 5 or 6 years later, I don't really go to therapy anymore. I understand my condition. It helped for me to understand the physiology of it, what was happening to my body, so that I didn't freak out more. I didn't think it was a heart attack. People who deal with depression, you know, it's typically some sort of chemical imbalance in your brain. It's not something most people can beat on their own these days. I don't know why it seems so prevalent in the MTG community, but, you know, I remember when I was in high school, it was like the kids who had problems that played games, that played D&D and played Magic. Their families didn't have a lot of money, or their parents are divorced, or whatever. Something about the game draws people in that have some trouble going on in their life. And those kids grow up to be adults like me. We still have some problems. But we learn, and we stay strong, we educate ourselves, and we get on with it. And that's what I hope you guys can do. And if you know someone dealing with it, hopefully you can take some of this advice and apply it. And if this conversation just makes you uncomfortable, that's okay. Got like 700 unboxing videos and other things too, just to chill. Once a month I like to get out there and try to talk about something that people don't talk about and get a discussion going. So Hey, stay good, everyone. Stay strong. If you're being affected by this kind of stuff, there are people who can help. You can message me directly. I'll talk to you about it. You can reach out to me on any one of my social medias. I'm here for you guys. And you'll get through it. You'll come out the other side. I know it. I'm gonna. What's up, and thanks for watching this video. I produce all different kinds of content, so if you haven't yet, click on my face to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, I've got some sweet playlists, including this one, where I open up every fat pack ever created. I've also got this one over here, where I open just about anything vintage and old and expensive for your enjoyment. And all this is made possible by the awesome backers at our Patreon, which is linked in the description of every video. Hop on over there, check it out, see if it's something you might want to consider. If not, sit back, enjoy, and I'll still love you.